Brought the Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Kurhaf Gadash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my heavenly big brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honors to the apostles and the elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Trying to put a spiritual bug you Hebrew Israelites ears, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That'd be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like for example, Hebrew Israelite that look like so-called white person, so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Got some videos lined up with the Lord bringing plagues upon the whole earth. I'm going to play these videos. I'm going to get into the scripture my best ability, say whatever God say through Spirit and power. Yahweh Shema Shah, the Holy Spirit, the Kurhak Dash, Lord, will be on me. Let's get it.
This is Dabu 7. We have officials from the Washington Department of Natural Resources releasing a simulation for a megaquake hitting the Kodiak Islands, Alaska area. And you can see here, this 9.2 earthquake could generate a 24-foot tsunami all the way to the coast of Washington. Then, 5-foot waves are expected to make their way past the Strait of Juan de Fuca all the way to the port of Tacoma. So, this simulation, a warning, the latest warning, we know that Southern California, San Andreas, all of that is overdue to come ripping loose, and then you have the Cascadia, which would run right up into the area where these waves would hit. All these plates kind of interconnected, but this is a big one, and Alaska has generated the biggest quake like ever. It's going to do it again at some point, it seems, and they think it's going to come from this spot right here, and they're putting the entire West Coast on notice. So we've had a few earthquake updates here as of late, but this one, pretty big one, when they're saying the 24-foot waves could hit the coastline, and a 9.2 is no joke. It would devastate the entire region. I will leave a link below to Humphrey's page, and join me for the live stream as I go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Párroco, porque me han dicho, al parecer que hay fisura en la iglesia, entonces todo eso voy a corroborar. Y hijo, más bien tú tienes ahí, trata de no se ha caído, un poquito, hay una fisurita, lo normal, ¿no? Pero mira al fondo, nada, ¿ves? Para recoger la información, porque en cabina nomás no podemos poder darles a conocer la magnitud que...
Ya siempre con esa preocupación, seguir haciendo los deportes,
para poder preguntarle la situación real y rápida de las instituciones educativas. Igual también me he comunicado con la Junta de Usuarios, con el señor Vargas Sánchez.
Mucha gente me está llamando en estos momentos para dar alguna información, medios internacionales. Con todo gusto le vamos a hacer. Y por favor, que estamos transmitiendo con esta señal. En tal sentido, yo les quiero agradecer. Muchas gracias.
O tal vez a causa del temblor que ha sucedido.
Y bueno, inmediatamente al Serenazgo llegó el reporte de dos estudiantes del colegio 9 de diciembre, en lo cual hicimos las llamadas correspondientes para que la ambulancia vaya. Pero ahí tenemos una falla, toda vez que no respondieron al celular. Hemos estado llamando de manera insistente, entonces creo que esa parte tenemos que corregir, porque no respondieron a la llamada. Y toda vez que ahora ya me entero que la policía hizo el traslado, y también en el colegio se ha verificado que hay fisuras en los techos de 3 salones.
Porque me han dicho, al parecer que hay fisura en la iglesia, entonces todo eso voy a corroborar. Y hijo, más bien tú tienes ahí, trata de...
¿Dónde será? Hay que verlo. ¿Qué? Al toque sale. No, no.
You see what's back here? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christos. Yeah.
iPhone para poder sacarlo de aquí.
So many hauliers have been stuck here for 4 days. There is no support from anyone. The machinery is the same. Everything is a disaster. Everyone walks from one section to the other, both outbound and inbound, and we just want them to help us. We pay tolls. How many tolls do we pay as hauliers? Now we want them to support us, and we want a tow truck from the Ministry of Transport and Communications or from the Atico Council to tow us. At about 6 or 7 in the morning, I think, it ran.
A powerful magnitude 6.7 earthquake has shaken Peru's southern Andes, injuring.
I don't know why my internet acting like this. Shit.
At least 2 people and damaging homes, health centers, and a school, according to authorities. The earthquake struck at around 1 p.m. local time on Thursday, with the U.S. Geological Survey reporting that its epicenter was located about 38 kilometers, or 24 miles, northwest of the city of Upahuacho in Peru's Ayacucho region. The quake occurred at a depth of approximately 66 kilometers, or 41 miles. Strong tremors were felt across several parts of southern Peru, including Ica, Arequipa, Huancavelica, Apurímac, and Cusco. The shaking was also felt in Peru's capital, Lima. Authorities said 2 people were injured in the town of Coracora, the capital of Paranacochas province. Officials said both were hurt while evacuating their homes during the earthquake. The tremor also caused structural damage across several districts in Ayacucho and Cusco. According to Peru's civil defense authorities, 22 homes, 6 health centers, and 1 school were reported damaged in areas including Puquio, Pulo, Coracora, Upahuacho, San Pedro, and Pachari. Rockfalls were also reported on hillsides near Coracora, raising concerns about hazards in mountainous areas. The Peruvian Navy has ruled out a tsunami threat following the earthquake. Peru is one of the world's most seismically active countries. The nation lies along the Pacific Ring of Fire, a zone surrounding the Pacific Ocean where frequent earthquakes and volcanic activity occur. The country has experienced devastating earthquakes in the past. In 2007, a magnitude 7.9 earthquake struck Peru's Ica region, killing nearly 600 people and causing widespread destruction. Authorities are now assessing the latest damage from Thursday's magnitude 6.7 quake, while emergency teams continue to monitor affected communities. For residents in the southern Andes, the earthquake serves as another reminder of the powerful seismic forces beneath Peru and the constant risk posed by living along the Pacific Ring of Fire.
Zero with an X.
Zero loves making it easy to manage your books and cash flow all in one place.
Magnitude 6.7 earthquake has struck Peru's southern Andes mountains, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The quake was felt across several regions, but there were no immediate reports of damage or any casualties, fortunately.
Now, this is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, where's the footage at of what the earthquake looking like in the areas where it's buildings and then the big cities and shit? they showing you what's going on in the outskirts, like the rural area where there's trees and dirt and shit. Anyway.
Quake struck around at 1 p.m. local time. According to the USGS, the epicenter was located 38 kilometers northwest city of the Peru island. The quake occurred at a depth of approximately 66.7 kilometers. Tremors were felt across several parts of the southern Peru, including the regions of Ica and Arequipa. There was no immediate reports of major damage or casualties following the earthquake. Peru experiences frequent earthquakes as it lies along the Pacific Ring of Fire region.
Boy, again, active in South America. Boy, you Israelite, bro, the Lord is shaking the Northern Kingdom up, bro. You better be fuck a damn Jesus Christos, Jesus Christ, man. Fuck that nigga. You better be worshiping Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. Not no damn title, not no Grecian devil. And a devil with a Grecian name. Better be praying to Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. Shoot, the Hebrew names. Paleo Hebrew names. Because that's who's bringing this destruction. And plagues.
Known for intense seismic and volcanic
constantly
activity. The country has experienced several powerful earthquakes in the past. In 2007, a magnitude 7.9 earthquake struck the Ica region, killing nearly 600 people and causing widespread destruction. Authorities continue to monitor the situation following Thursday's earthquake for any reports of damage or aftershocks.
Temblor, temblor, pausa, temblor.
Magnitude 6.7 earthquake has struck Peru's.
And it's funny that they keep saying 6.7 on some videos, and the others talking about 7. Either I don't know what they say, 7.7 on others. Let me see. Yeah, they'll say 7.2.
Southern Andes Mountains, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The quake was felt across several regions, but there were no immediate reports of damage or any casualties, fortunately. The earthquake struck around at 1 p.m. local time.
Alright, we heard enough. We've seen enough of the same old video. Let's see what this is about. I think this is about earthquake.
We are always surprised when we hear, oh my gosh, an earthquake occurred in Japan or Colombia. But we are going to have an earthquake in California, and we should all be prepared.
This is big breaking news. This is what top researchers from San Jose State College and University are warning of right now. This top professor is warning that a big earthquake could potentially be coming for the San Andreas fault line. You guys can see here, it says new research finds San Andreas fault is slipping faster than previously thought. This is according to new research by Dr. Kim Bliss-Newick, and she is warning that the San Andreas fault is slipping, and we could potentially see a large earthquake even in areas like San Francisco. She's warning that the northern part of the fault is slipping faster than previously thought, which could cause major earthquakes. Let's listen to this warning here. She's warning people to be prepared and to have earthquake preparedness kits. Let's listen to this.
But we know as a community and the public should just be prepared for a potential earthquake on the San Andreas fault. We should have an earthquake safety kit. I always use the example of insurance. We always want auto insurance. We buy auto insurance, home insurance. We never want to use it, but it's there for us. And so having an earthquake preparedness kit to prepare us for a potential disaster when an earthquake occurs will really help us deal with the trauma of having an earthquake.
So she is alluding to a massive earthquake along the lines of Colombia or Japan. Those are the countries that she brought up. And the earthquakes that we just saw in these regions were a 7.4 just hit Colombia on August 10th. And she's saying an earthquake like this is coming to California. We also just had a 6.7 hit Peru just yesterday as well. She also alluded to Japan. Look at what's been happening in Japan and Indonesia. We've had a 7.7 in Indonesia, 6.9 in Indonesia, and a 6.8 as well on the Kumamoto region of Japan. All right, so lots of earthquake activity, and she is saying that an earthquake of this magnitude, of this size, is coming to the West Coast. And this new data that they've discovered proves that the San Andreas fault line and the Pacific Plate and the North American Plate are slipping against each other faster than previously thought, which could cause larger earthquakes and more frequent earthquakes than they previously thought. So their models of predicting, hey, these big earthquakes only happen every 100 years or every few hundred years, that prediction window could shrink.
But anyway, yeah, that's showing you all these earthquakes showing you the prophecies are happening more and more and more. And that earthquakes in diverse places is intensifying. Hey, the Lord is visiting this place which He made. Better seek Him and repent. Do the best you can do. Let's see what's going on with with Cuba. They got that water shortage still going on. And I know Puerto Rico is, but this is about Cuba.
Ever since the taps in her home ran dry this spring, Aylen has had to carry water up to her apartment every day.
The problems with the water are driving people crazy.
She's struggling to keep her house clean, wash the clothes, and care for her elderly mother. The Cuban Institute of Hydraulic Resources says the island's water system is operating with less than half the fuel it needs to pump water. Petrol shortages have gotten much worse since January, when President Trump signed an executive order threatening tariffs against any country shipping oil to the island nation. Sonny Guidotti, UNICEF's representative in Cuba, says less access to water and sanitation is a threat to public health.
And that's particularly the case for waterborne diseases like diarrhea, acute watery diarrhea, which children under 5 are most vulnerable to.
But water problems here predate this year's oil squeeze. Infrastructure is decades old and often poorly maintained. In parts of South Havana, residents say they've gone 8 months without running water. Havana's water utility says pumps here burnt out in December, and the spare parts they need to fix them still haven't arrived. These days in this neighborhood, the water simply doesn't come, and so people here have taken...
You know, you see the people, they look so healthy. I mean, no, hold on. Certain people are healthy, but these people don't look healthy. These people don't look healthy. They look dead, but look at her, she's so clean looking. She got gray on her head. She got to be in her 40s at least. Yeah, she still look young and clean and healthy. I wonder where she located at. Is she in Cuba? I guess so. And I'm like, where the hell she located? Somewhere where there's a better place. Well, the other side of town, I guess. Oh no, this is, I don't know, UN, something to do with the UN.
An executive order threatening tariffs against any country shipping oil to the island nation. Sonny Guidotti, UNICEF's representative in Cuba, says...
Okay, they're in Cuba, and she's just a representative of the UN.
Less access to water and sanitation is a threat to public health.
She closed that door and make sure she locked that motherfucker. Somebody want to bum rush and demanding clean water and water and electricity and all that shit.
That's particularly the case for waterborne diseases like diarrhea, acute watery diarrhea, which children under 5 are most vulnerable to.
But water problems...
Yeah.
The utility says pumps here burnt out in December, and the spare parts they need to fix them still haven't arrived. These days in this neighborhood, the water simply doesn't come, and so people here have taken to building their own wells. There are already 13 just on this block.
We're now down to 3.5 meters, and we're getting more than 2,000 liters of water from it. It's supplying almost all of the apartments in the building across from us, as well as our own.
But the water in these wells is untreated, so people here are exposed to potentially harmful bacteria. UN human rights experts this month said the Trump administration's measures, quote, knowingly deprive a population of the means to survive. They urged the international community to act to prevent a, quote, silent Gaza from unfolding on the island.
England and Scotland.
And that water. Let me get something on that water. Well, you Israelites, y'all better stop fucking worshiping Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, and stop eating pork and shit. And crab, lobster, all that crap, octopus. Ecclesiastes chapter 29 verse 21, the chief thing for life is water, and plus clean water. You got to be clean water, not water that's gonna make your bubble, your guts bubble, and then make you boop out. Constant loose liquids, either brown or red, and be different. Hey man, you in trouble when it's red. You in trouble when it's red. But anyway, getting bad out here. Yeah, that shit coming to America. Coming to America.
10 days, just $26.99, including flights. With Holiday.
The last satellite report from the University of South Florida showed a total of 33.6 million tons, really in the North Atlantic, and most of that is in the western tropical Atlantic.
obviously we smell it here in Florida, and if you were to like hang around it for a long time, it would probably cause like respiratory distress and some other issues. But in some places in the Caribbean, like it's very strong and it persists for weeks at a time, and they are actually seeing adverse human health effects from the hydrogen sulfide. In addition to that, as far as the water quality goes, because sargassum sort of like blankets the top of the water, it can shade out important habitats like seagrasses and coral reefs.
Very serious impacts on the coastal environment. When it comes in massive amounts, it begins 24 to 48 hours, it begins to decompose and can release toxic hydrogen sulfide gas, right? Which is a health concern, okay? It can also leach heavy metals into the beach, sand, like arsenic.
Toxic. You know, I'm thinking I should do is add other videos related to toxic stuff. I got them down at the bottom.
Scientifically, you know, to really mitigate the impacts we're seeing, the whole Caribbean region needs an offshore operating layer that connects satellite and modeling forecasts to selective intervention offshore before it gets to the beach.
Yeah.
Another day,
Another Only on Fox report tonight. A couple with 4 dogs wants to warn other pet owners about a parasite found at dog parks that can be fatal. Fox 26's Randy Wallace joining us live from Bill Archer Park in West Harris County. What is this?
Yeah, let me tell you now, Rashi. Andy and Jennifer Broadway say they believe their 4 dogs got the parasite here at Bill Archer Park. Now, in a statement, Precinct 4 says recent test results confirmed the water here meets all safety standards. Now, the most important thing for everybody to remember is the parasite can be found, which is transported by snails. The parasite can be found at any dog park that has freshwater availabilities. It's called Heterobilharzia americana, the parasite that causes canine schistosomiasis.
Honestly, it's been pretty tough for both of us, but more so for the dogs than for us. All the symptoms they've had to go through.
No, it's tough. The dogs are pretty miserable the whole time, and it's about a month of just hard times.
Yeah!
Test results from A&M prove that Broadway's 4 dogs contracted the parasite.
This is endemic to this area, this parasite, so if you don't take it seriously, it will kill your dogs.
And it can come back. The dogs can get it again.
Well, not only that, the first infection requires more than one treatment. It's not treated successfully. It has not been for my dogs in one single treatment. Any dog park that has a water feature, you should stay away from. I think the only thing safe to do is like pool water activities, like Remy's Beach Club or Galveston.
Yeah, I was thinking about dumping out my water. The dog got a water pool out there for like little kids. I fill it up with some water. I need to dump it out. I should have dumped it out today, but I ain't seen no mosquitoes in that bitch. I ain't seen, man, it was looking kind of dirty because, you know, it been raining. Anytime it rains hard, all that dirt fall in there, and but then look, I'm gonna have to dump that shit out tomorrow. But I just be sometimes thinking about that shit. I remember one time I found a mouse in that bitch. I dumped that shit out and put some fresh water in. But anyway, I mean, it's showing you example. The water, man, it's necessary, but then it's hard. Anyway, I don't know what to say. I'm tired. But, shit.
The beach there and the water there, that's safe. Other than that, I don't trust it. It's not worth it.
The Broadway say they know of 2 other pet owners who believe their dogs caught the parasite at Bill Archer Park. And
the water just, man, you plagues for people and plagues for your pets.
A statement, Precinct 4 says, after recent concerns were raised, additional tests were conducted, confirming the water meets all safety standards. It could happen from standing water in your own backyard.
It can.
Oh yeah, earlier, nothing to do with rain or water. Nothing to do with water. It was around 8 o'clock, like early 8 o'clock. The sun was coming down, and you know how everything turned orange or yellow. It's like the scenery, everything, the sky just turned. I was like, damn, that bitch is, everything is like an orangish yellow color. I mean, I've seen it before, but it was like really intense, like orange or yellow color. I forgot what's that effect called, but whatever. It lasts for about 20 minutes, and then now it's now completely dark.
Yeah, if you have standing water and an affected snail, it requires those 2 things, then you can have it.
What's the best advice you think you can give pet owners?
Stay away from fresh water until we have a preventative.
You know your dog, so when you see them, if they're a little lethargic or something like that, or they start to lose appetite, or, you know, you can just tell they don't feel good.
Now, in a statement, Precinct 4 says the safety of the people and pets who visit our parks is our top priority. We test the water quality in our dog ponds quarterly as a matter of standard practice. And after recent concerns were raised, we conducted additional tests right away. Those results confirmed the water.
Another day, another bacteria outbreak connected to food. The CDC investigating 55 cases in 15 states for E. coli or salmonella linked to alfalfa sprouts. That includes 23 people in Minnesota and 18 in Wisconsin who got sick with either bacteria. And get this, the CDC now says 2 people were infected with both E. coli and salmonella at the same time. That sounds awful. Now health leaders are warning people not to eat alfalfa sprouts from the Everything Sprouts brand. It's just adding to this long list of food we've been warned to stay away from this summer, including lettuce, frozen blueberries, cilantro, jalapenos. Dr. Natalie Azar joins me now. I have to say, Dr. Azar, I'm afraid to even go into my refrigerator on any given day because it just seems as though this list keeps growing.
Oh, that's right. They're talking about blueberries too, yeah.
These outbreaks are usually tied to one type of germ. How can alfalfa sprouts be linked to 2 different bugs?
Special sprouts.
So, I mean, it's not common to have 2 different pathogens contaminating one particular food, but it certainly can happen. Think of this like most likely in the agricultural exposure. So there's shared soil, there's irrigation waters, animal feces can certainly contaminate with multiple pathogens. And then the thing that's kind of unique about this, I guess, is that the alfalfa seed themselves are kind of hard to clean, and so if they're being combined with a bunch of other, vats in water, they can definitely spread germs between them.
I'm not trying to throw any shade at alfalfa. I don't want to throw shade at alfalfa sprouts, but if I found out that I got E. coli and salmonella from alfalfa sprouts, I'd be like,
goddamn, you can get both of them, right?
Oh my goodness, that definitely was not worth the.
Hey man, that's what they trying to do. They trying to fuck with the food. Well, you call it man-made famine, but it's ultimately the Lord. But Esau fucking with the food just so, you be too scared to eat anything, and they're going to result to you eating their food, which is in a lab or something. I don't know. But it's ultimately, hey man, the Lord is breaking the staff of bread. He's getting things infected. Hey man, it's punishing the wicked on this earth. From the heathens to you 2/3 Israelites, I just pray the Lord have mercy on me, and y'all better pray pray the Lord have mercy on you.
Investment. But it appears that someone got both E. coli and salmonella at the same.
You got both of them. I don't know if you're gonna make it.
Time? Does that make you double as sick? I mean, how does that happen?
Shit. How can you?
Well, first of all, yes, it certainly can. I mean, listen, some people with salmonella and or E. coli could have super mild illness, but the diseases themselves, sort of will compound the other.
If it's the same symptoms, you probably be all right. If they both give out the same symptoms, then it wouldn't matter. I mean, hell, you puking, you won't puke double just because you got yeah. You get diarrhea from one thing, hell, you're going to get diarrhea from the other. Right? Because that's the symptoms.
In terms of diarrheal illness, this I think is probably we can say that it was really, really bad luck. It's in all likelihood the person.
Nah, more like judgment, bitch.
Bought 2 different bags, and one was contaminated with one, and one was contaminated with the other. This was 2 out of the dozens of cases, so certainly not the norm. It's also possible, I think, they'll have to investigate, Ryan, exactly how the person was infected. It could have been cross-contamination at home with something that was unrelated to the alfalfa sprouts, but yeah, certainly you don't want to have salmonella and E. coli at the same time. No.
Yeah, let's get to the next one.
FDA now warning that eating some frozen blueberries could potentially kill you. That's right, kill you, not make you sick, kill you. This says it ups the E. coli threat to its highest level. We're talking about these prepackaged blueberries and mixed berries from the brand.
So you mean tell me, I understand E. coli can kill you, but this immediately kill you? Not like get you sick and you be like, oh, I gotta treat this shit. This shit just kills your ass, X's over your eyeballs, and that's it, you done. Anyway.
Greenwise. Publix grocery stores pulled them off the shelves across the country a few weeks back over potential E. coli contamination. This is where the outbreak stands. 12 cases in Florida. In Georgia, they have 4 of those ending up in the hospital. The CDC says the true count is probably much higher. Dr. Akash Sahil is here to talk about
this guy here.
this one. So, Doc, I mean, how does raising the threat here change how people should be buying their groceries?
Well, so this has to do with the sort of level of risk that the FDA has assessed, right? And it's assessed through something called a class recall. So, when the FDA recalls products, they put them into different classes, class 1, class 2, or class 3. I mean, as you alluded to, this is a class 1 recall. This is the FDA saying that these sort of product that they're recalling could cause serious adverse health consequences or death. You may recall, Ryan, a few weeks ago, earlier this summer, we heard about an egg recall linked to salmonella. That was also a class 1 recall, so this isn't the first time we're seeing that, level of seriousness in terms of a food recall. Class 2, Ryan, could be products that could potentially make you sick or potentially make you temporarily sick, and class 3 is something that they're recalling that is unlikely to make you sick. So out of the 3 classes, this is the highest category, the most serious, and why people need to take this recall so seriously.
Well, we're taking.
Let's get to the next one. These storms. I wasn't sure. I forgot how my order of my videos were. But shit, you got water that's contaminated in Cuba, and they got a water shortage too. And you got the ocean, the Caribbean beaches all fucked up. They toxic seaweed, and pets getting contaminated with some parasites and the goddamn water, and salmonella and E. coli in your blueberries and in whatever the hell this alfalfa sprouts. Yep. I was gonna put all them videos at the end, but half of them was in the middle and the other half was at the bottom. So I said, "Fuck it, let me put them all in the middle." Let's get to the storms videos, tornadoes and the hurricanes and shit. El Niños, heat waves.
Wildfires in Indonesia's central Borneo, floods and mudslides in Chile, water levels in the Panama Canal so low that fewer ships are being allowed through. These are all recent events in which a weather phenomenon called El Niño
there's this Yahweh Shema Shah judgment, plagues,
is likely playing a part. And it's probably just the beginning. This El Niño is shaping up to be a big one.
I have never seen a forecast that looks like this. The strength of the El Niño in our forecasts is already at very high levels, even at this early stage. It peaks in November, December, and by that stage, it looks very much like it's going to be a record event, the biggest in recent history, the biggest in living memory, and perhaps even the biggest for over a century.
Every 2 to 7 years, something happens in the tropical Pacific. Trade winds, which usually blow east to west, stall, or sometimes reverse. That means the warm water that typically accumulates in the western Pacific spreads eastwards. Rainfall patterns across the Pacific are disrupted, with knock-on effects worldwide for a year or more. Like failing monsoons in South Asia to drought in Australia and winter storms in the UK and Ireland. Global temperatures spike too. Combined with the effects of climate change, 2027 is predicted to be the hottest on record. Average sea surface temperatures are expected to be 3 degrees Celsius warmer than normal in some regions.
We've not had an El Niño like this on top of the level of global warming that we now have. That means that if we look at places that normally suffer drought and high temperatures during El Niño, that this time those impacts are on top of elevated warming that lying underneath that, and so that's what's going to take it to unprecedented levels.
An advanced glimpse, perhaps, of the heat the world can expect in the years to come. Rory Challens, Al Jazeera.
Europe's summer heat has turned deadly, with more than 25,000 excess deaths reported across the continent as temperatures repeatedly soared past 40 degrees Celsius. Germany alone recorded around 14,000 heat-related deaths, while Spain reported 4,158. And these numbers could still rise. From record-breaking temperatures to raging wildfires, Europe's summer has become a brutal test of how prepared the continent is for extreme heat. Germany has recorded its highest estimated number of heat-related deaths in years, according to the Robert Koch Institute. Around 9,600 deaths occurred during just 1 week in late June, when temperatures climbed above 40 degrees Celsius. People over the age of 75 accounted for the largest share. The Institute says heat often worsens existing medical conditions, meaning its role may not appear directly on death certificates. Spain has also been hit hard. The country's Carlos III Health Institute estimated 4,458 heat-related deaths between June 1st and August 19th. That's the highest figure for this period since 2022, when 4,120 deaths were recorded. Spain endured several extreme heat waves this summer, while July tied as the hottest month on record for mainland Spain. It was also the country's driest July since records began. The scale of the heat has been extraordinary. Since mid-June, around 30 million people in France, 23 million in Spain, and 8 million each in Germany and Italy experienced temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius at least once. Temperatures above 35 degrees affected regions home to roughly 490 million people, or about 80% of Europe's population. Even countries less accustomed to extreme heat, including Britain, Belgium, and...
That's enough of this. Anyway, these niggas getting their ass whooped by that heat, by the players of the Lord. Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, not Lord, but our Lords. What is this? Oh, more about heat and more wildfires.
Vous n'avez pas bien répété pour mettre les lances. Tu passes devant quelque part. Tu déranges.
On a dû rentrer dans la grande. Merci très peu.
Alright, let's get to the next one. Gonna start.
From the Midwest to the East Coast, the hits just keep coming. Heavy rain and flooding reportedly
The hits of the plagues of Yahweh Shema try to keep on coming.
doing some of the most damage in Illinois and Ohio, scene after scene of submerged cars, with first responders having to rescue stranded drivers. Throughout the day Thursday, many of those systems moving east, bringing flooding from D.C. to New York. In New York City, some of that floodwater draining down into subway stations. And on Long Island, a waterspout coming ashore and damaging a popular beach club. Meanwhile, in Indiana, residents hit by severe storms last week are still without power.
They had no gas, no restaurants, no power. Now we had to throw away everything, got all the refrigerators. At night it's like Gotham City. You can't see anything.
The local power company saying full restoration could take until next Tuesday.
Things just keep getting worse and worse. We are now under a boil advisory.
And in Hawaii, residents there are bracing for a tropical depression only a week after Hurricane Lala battered the state. The system is expected to strengthen as it moves toward the islands, bringing more than a foot of rain to some areas still cleaning up from Lala. Caitlin Burke, CBN News.
This is CBS News, New York.
Now at 11, a beach club ripped apart. A possible tornado causes damage on Atlantic Beach on Long Island.
By the grace of luck that a lot of people weren't hurt yet.
Cabanas torn apart and benches thrown around. The damage done to a popular summer destination. And flash flooding left drivers stranded as the heavy rain rushed into homes and businesses in parts of Queens. Good evening to you. I'm Christine Johnson. Now at 11, that storm triggered tornado warnings and flash flooding across the area tonight. This damage in Nassau County so bad, the county executive has declared a state of emergency. And a possible tornado blew through Atlantic Beach. Take a look at the debris here that was flying around. And this is what the funnel cloud looked like as it churned along the coast. Another possible tornado is reported in the Rockaways in Queens. A lot to cover here tonight, and we have team coverage. Addie Guajardo is at Atlantic Beach with news on the damage. Lisa Rosner has more on tonight's flash flooding. Let's begin with Lonnie Quinn and our forecast. Lonnie.
Okay, you're talking about two possible tornadoes out there. The National Weather Service had to make a special weather statement regarding the tornadoes at around 9:30 this evening, so I wanted to go through it with you. Number one, they said they have confirmed 2 waterspouts. KJ, that video you showed, everyone's been looking at online. I mean, it's just, hey, clearly waterspouts.
Oh, he about to get in some radar shit. I don't want to see no radars. Let's skip.
Business behind me are on the ground. As a matter of fact, I spoke with employees out here. They tell me off to the left-hand side, there's an area where there are picnic tables. They say that entire roof was blown off and that they were shaken from what they experienced out here. Now, I want you to take a look at the extent of the damage right here. Take a look at these images right here. You can see a building wall completely torn off, benches tossed like toys, and debris scattered across the beach. The Inwood Fire Chief says about 50 cabanas were damaged out here. Now, this all happened around 7 p.m. First responders and roughly 15 fire stations responded to the scene. The Inwood Fire Chief says about 100 people were out here when the storm ripped through the area, and at least one person was injured and has since been released.
But just by the grace of luck that a lot of people weren't hurt yet, because this beach club is a very popular place during the summer. People travel from all over the island.
Yeah, now I also spoke with another employee who says it was those wind gusts were just so powerful. He said you had to actually hang on to something. Now, Sun and Surf Beach Club did also post on.
So something kind of fun to see here is this is just under 100.
All right, once again, the LIE is underwater, same as last month. Let's get a view.
They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. A lot of these jokers gonna have to back up, do something.
Thankfully, there are no cars stuck here, but this is the exact same location as last month. Let's go over on this side.
Same with them.
And see if anybody's trapped. Oh yeah, they are over here. Let's climb this fence. Whew. Same exact location as last time. Wow. You think there's a problem here? This happens every time it rains hard at this exact location.
Why are my favorite pictures of myself always I'm exhausted, I'm caught in a rainstorm.
It is the first confirmed tornado in Nassau County since 2021. Fox 5's Antoine Lewis, live on Atlantic Beach to show us that damage. Antoine, what is it like there on scene? Take us through it.
I'm going to show it to you because you just have to simply see this, Teresa Priolo. Fernando Pinto, our photojournalist, is going to give you a look at some of the debris that's been left behind. Now, this is what you're seeing right here in the center of the cabanas, if you will. It includes parts of the roofing of the cabanas, some side panels from them, as well as some beach umbrellas. You can also see some furniture, some beach chairs, just everything that you would associate with a beach club. But here we go. Let's do it. The National Weather Service confirming that this water spout that formed during last night's strong storms was, in fact, a tornado. Now, it came ashore here on Atlantic Beach on Long Island just a little after 7. We want to show you video again of the Sun and Surf Beach Club, which received extensive damage. The tornado either destroyed or severely damaged more than 50 cabanas, they tell us here, when it tore through. Now, we spoke with Denise Balmer, the manager here, who was also inside the dining hall when it hit last night. She describes the moment of impact, and the rest you just got to hear.
Glass started to break on the windows in the cars, but I think that was the sand fence going through the blue into the windows. But it was just so quick, and thank God no one was hurt. No one was hurt.
What's making you most emotional? I see the tears in your eyes.
It's a family here. I've been here 60 years. Just to see it like this hurts. That's all.
Oh, yeah. This is video of inspectors from the National Weather Service. They are surveying the damage in order to assess a rating that will determine what category of tornado this was. Nassau County Executive Bruce Blickman gave an update on where things stand at the moment a little while ago.
Right now, this beach club will be closed today, and we will take it on a day-by-day basis whether this beach club will be able to open. They will be cleaning up today, and then we will be doing a structural inspection of all of the cabanas to make a determination as to whether or not we can reopen any of these cabanas this summer.
Officials tell us one worker here at the club received a minor head injury and is expected to be okay. The National Weather Service is...
All right, let's get to the next one. I'm about ready to get some food. I'm hungry. Let me get this one. Yeah, let me see how much time I got. I have 45 minutes. Yeah, I'm about through. Look at these last two and get in the descriptions, and I'm wrapping it up. And hopefully I'll come back with some more videos. I don't know.
Help is coming from all across the country for those in Northwest Indiana still impacted by last week's storms.
Yeah, Samai is on its way from Houston with aid and food. Gabriella Primus is there checking out what kind of help is arriving. Hey, Gabby.
Hey, Terrence, we were just able to really showcase Operation Barbecue Relief that's set up outside of the Walmart on US 41 in Cherryville. This is kind of the site where they're doing all the cooking, and this is being distributed all over the place in Northwest Indiana, offering free hot meals to people who are in need. You never know, how much you're going to take for granted a hot meal until you're put in that position. Well, some of these hot meals are going with one special person, Houston rapper and humanitarian Trey the Truth, just showing up to Northwest Indiana to help folks around here. Trey, this isn't unfamiliar for you. You do this a lot wherever needs help around the country.
Yeah, I mean, in times like this, it's times that people really need hope, because you're dealing with all kind of problems on top of problems. So, they need people like us to be out here caring and just assisting, as much as we can.
What's your operation going to look like? I understand that you have a semi-truck that's on the way, and you just packed up this truck full of a bunch of hot meals.
Yeah, we're going to try and first off, shout out Operation Barbecue. We met during Harvey in Houston during a hurricane, and the crazy thing is now we've given out at least 100,000 meals together. But what happens now, whenever a disaster hit, either they call me or I call them, what area you in, I'm going to be pulling up. So we've done Carolinas, Florida, Mississippi.
Last time I heard from him, last time I heard from him, it was some shit going on with his daughter, and his baby mama taking a daughter when he couldn't find his daughter. Yeah, man, a wicked bitch kidnapped the daughter, and he can't find her. I guess he found her.
Mississippi's now Indiana, we do everything together. So the goal now is to give out at least a couple thousand meals a day while I'm here.
In addition to the hot meals, you also thought about some of the, everyday stuff that people are missing when the power's not on, when things are damaged to their home. What else are you planning to have in that 18-wheeler?
Well, right now when I leave here, I'm going through all the areas in Gary and surrounding areas. Shout out to Mayor Eddie. The team out here, they embrace Reverend Boone. But doing that, we're going to go get chainsaws too, because it's a lot of tree debris, so we'll be cutting trees. And then me and some of my partners from Matthew 25 Ministries, every time it's disasters, we get out here and get in the field. So we have an 18-wheeler coming full of supplies, cleaning products, clothes, blankets, probably batteries, a little bit of everything, because right now, people have been without power for 9 days, so they lost everything.
Can I ask you this? I mean, having a successful music career and then now doing this on top of it, it sounds like you're pretty busy. What keeps you going?
To be honest, man,
we'll say the Lord.
The craziest 4 things in life that excite me. First of all, God.
There we go. But his name is Yahweh. He ain't no title. And his son name ain't no G-Boss. It's Yahweh Shah.
And my kids, and third will be the music, and I love helping people. So when stuff like I just found out about, the crazy thing is not enough media is covering it.
Yeah, it sure ain't. But hey, the prophets of Yahweh Shema Shah, starting with GMS, Great Millstone, we covering it daily. Not all too much, because so much going on. We got to get into this. We got to talk about that. We got to talk. Well, yeah, we talking about this and telling you Israelites, hey, repent and seek the Lord, man. Or seek the Lord, repent. One or the other. But you better do it, because you try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah, because this world about to come to an end, and you don't want to end with it. Yeah.
Found out about it yesterday, a couple hours before I decided to jump on the flight. So as soon as I found out, now I'm going to make sure I get the eyes out here so people can see us. A lot of people that need help, but I love doing it, man. The people need it.
So let me understand this, Trey. Not only are you bringing the hot meals, 1,000 hot meals, but also some of the other supplies, everyday things like cleaning supplies. Say it sounds like.
Yep, sure will.
Toiletries.
All of that stuff, yeah.
And you're helping outside. You're actually getting to work with the chainsaws.
Oh yeah, and it's crazy. People laugh, right? Because I'm a rapper, I never knew how to cut a tree, but we learned in the midst of having to do it right then and there. So it's another thing we love to do. We love to just work,
Okay, so your next stop is going to be meeting with Mayor Gary.
Yeah, Mayor Eddie, and then I'll be picking a couple areas to do this, because they know when I come out with this, literally I'm going to call them back, so they probably already trying to prep to get me more meals. So we're going to get out here and just do what needs to be done, man. Cut trees and just really love on the people. I think that's what they need the most right now, because it's a horrible feeling.
We hearing people getting shot at for trying to help, especially like you got your. And we heard this shit before, like I forgot what was this said. Probably last year. It was somewhere. It was a bad storm that hit, and people working on the electricity, the electric company folks were getting shot at, and you know, in that area where Jake is predominantly at, Jake ain't gonna be trying to shoot nobody. Jake gonna be like, I want the power on. Yeah, that was video footage. Not video footage, but they was talking about complaints about Jake was trying to force them to work on the electricity. Yeah, they said it was stories, and it was, I don't know what, it was another storm somewhere in the country where Jake was forcing people to work on the fucking electric, the putting up power poles, you know, doing shit like trying to repair the electricity at gunpoint, not trying to run them away. No, I mean Jake want that electricity back on. So yeah, watch they dumbass shit videos on YouTube on a computer. They could watch it on the phone, but the phone battery going low. They can't charge their phone without that electricity.
Phil forgot.
They put it in a car and they charge it up there, but whatever.
Yeah, just so people can follow, you know, your operation, your journey. Is there some social media pages maybe that they can catch you on?
The main social media page I use is my Instagram, which is Trae ABN, Trae ABN, and you know, I always show them a real life of what I'm doing daily, so they definitely can follow it. And I encourage people, man, even if you're not able to donate financially, food, anything, sometimes you can just come out there and just help the people, or just manpower. You know, everything counts.
Trae the Truth, thank you so much for letting us, you know, step in and talk to you as you're doing this awesome stuff. Good luck to you, and I know that people in Northwest Indiana are going to appreciate it. If you're interested in this Operation Barbecue Relief, more information, they said they're always looking for more volunteers. Plus, at noon here at the Walmart on US 41 in Cherryville, they're going to be opening up, you know, free hot meals for people who are in need. They have a couple other locations. If you look on their Instagram, their social media pages, you'll find out more of the other couple locations in Northwest Indiana. It's hard to believe, guys. 9 days, and we're still looking, you know, down the road.
9 days. Actually, it's 10 days. This is a day ago. This is the 10th. Today is the 10th day. 10th day. Oh, they got power going on them other sides, but shit. Let me see what it's looking like now. Let's see what it's looking like now. But these are the plays of the Lord. For you Israelites, you better seek the Lord. Because the Lord is just barely doing. It ain't even. This ain't nothing to the Lord. I tell you, this ain't nothing to the Lord. I don't know what's going on my internet. That shit's slow. Oh, they talking about, damn, they talking about, it must be some storms in this. Louisiana, 40,000, no, 20,000 out of power. And you got Louisiana, oh, it's 49,000 out of power. And it's in Mississippi, it's 20. South Carolina. I thought it'd be storms supposed to be hitting here in Georgia. 6,000 out of power in Georgia. Well, I guess so, but here, shit, the fuck out there 40. The same damn counties. Same damn counties. Yep. Anyway.
To a few more, waiting for the power to come back on for a lot of these people.
Yeah, definitely really tough to hear, but this is such a huge help for the people who need it. Gabby, thank you so much.
If you're struggling with depression and not feeling the comfort and peace.
Oh my goodness, Mariam, I don't want to hear that shit with no goddamn Jeebus. That's why motherfuckers are depressed. Seek white man Jeebus, and he'll prescribe you a drug. He'll prescribe you Zupa Lupa that make the sadness go away. Yeah, that's what them niggas gonna do. Give you a fucking drug. Shit, the Dr. Jeebus gonna give you a Ozempic or some shit. I don't know, what is the new drug now that treats you for oppression? Or not oppression? Yeah. Depression, I meant to say. But oppression, man, you need to seek the Lord, man. You need to seek the Lord on everything. Anyway, last video.
10 days later, lots of people in Northwest Indiana still don't have power. Governor Mike Braun just got on social media.
And this was 3 hours ago, published.
FEMA for help. He wants a major disaster declaration for 54 counties.
Yeah, you see, they got that shit chained up, that generator.
Almost half the people still in the dark are in Gary.
That's more than 20,000 NIPSCO customers. Rep. Buganski is live in Gary tonight, where he's been much of the week, and so many people still need help there, Gary. Brett?
And when you have no power for that long, these families feel like they're in survival mode. They are tired, they're frustrated by everything that's happened. Many of them have kids and they just keep asking their parents how long this is going to take. But somehow through all of this, they are finding hope in one another and they're finding community when they end up working together. So what you're seeing is a free community event from earlier today. This was at the Progressive Community Church and Faith CDC. Hundreds of people were in line around the block where people were just waiting in line for a hot meal. And they also had help from the American Red Cross, where their teams were giving away water, toiletries, rakes if they needed to clean up any of their mess still, and they were even giving away tarps as well. Other community partners gave away baby food and diapers. Evelyn Bruce waited in line for more than an hour, and she described how
them fraternities,
her life has drastically changed in these last 10 days.
It is so frustrating. You wake up every morning. And you wake up every morning and you pray to God that you have your electricity and stuff. All my food is destroyed. But my son went and got me a generator. So I'm doing good.
You ain't gonna be doing good when Jacob Trouble go full throttle 9,000 RPMs, baby. Shit, this is just the beginning. This is just a test run. Or a pop quiz. I don't know, it's a drill, nigga. Not the real deal. Shit. Yeah, these motherfuckers out here, they say they were robbing each other, killing each other. It was the purge out here in Indiana. In this area of Indiana. And Esau probably over there taking some of you Israelites out. Nah, they ain't, I don't know. Not yet. I don't know, probably work.
And the internet goes out, now that creates a communication issue.
Going through Esau, going through that town, going through that area in the night with his night vision goggles on, taking you Israelites out.
We're here at
sending them drones that got night vision capabilities, taking you Israelites out.
But there are some people who can't get here. They don't have transportation.
If they ain't doing it now, shit, they gonna be doing it later. When it all hell break loose in this bitch.
Have the gas to put in their car, so that creates another issue. Just all of these things that pop up. When it first started, there were no gas stations open, so we couldn't get to gas stations. So just one problem after another just keeps presenting itself. But the bottom line is we're here.
There were several families there with babies and young children. Some of them have special needs. And during this critical time, they become even more concerned about their family members who have medical issues. Anytime they are without reliable electricity, it's certainly...
Yeah, look at this nigga right here. Who the fuck's talking about liquor stores are open? Man, you goddamn fucking nigger. Look at this nigger right here. This is Greg Steppins. Fucking monkey ass nigger. I don't know. Yeah, liquor stores are open, yeah. FEMA doesn't exist anymore. They shot at Lyman. Who is they? Yeah, who the hell is they? Hell, if anybody gonna be shooting at Lyman, it's gonna be Esau out there with his agents, causing chaos and shit. Cause Jake ain't gonna be down trying to shoot at no lineman or anybody. If they try to put power or turn on electricity, Jake want that shit on. He ain't gonna be trying to run them away. That's some stupid shit. Either them niggas that got scared when they heard them gunshots. I don't know what's going on, but I tell you. We heard of that before. That same old bullshit. Jake want that electricity back on. The nigga gonna lose. These motherfuckers already losing their mind without that shit on. I mean, with that shit off, I meant to say. Anyway, but these are the players of the Lord. Let me get the scriptures. Because I'm hungry. And I know this dog wants some of my food. Heck yeah. I'm about to start eating. I'm about to cook my food. Then she gonna be looking at me like, what about me? You got yours. You got some in your bowl, nigga. That dry food. But anyway, Nahum chapter 1, verse 3. The Lord Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all to quit the wicked. The Lord Yahweh will have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm and the clouds of the dust of his feet. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 2. Behold, the Lord Yahweh Bashemau shall have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast out to the earth with the hand. We got all these floods, wild winds, tornadoes, heavy rain. You got it. The Lord throwing it to you people. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake in diverse places. Don't say in diverse places, but it is earthquakes in diverse places. And great noise with storm and tempest and the flame and the fire and fire. From heat waves and flame and fire, wildfire. And again, soon it's gonna be that ultimate fire from them nuclear warheads and from the chariots. What else is going on? Let me see. I'm trying to make a list. I mean, not make a list, but check the list. Oh yeah, food being contaminated, breaking the staff of bread with pestilence. Let me see. Ezekiel chapter 5 verse 16, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you. That don't sound like a loving God. He can be loving, or they can be loving, Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, but they can also be mean. And I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. You hear that? Yeah, and the Lord is breaking your staff of bread. And using Esau to do so. That monkey ass rednecker, Amalek. Using Esau, Amalek to do so. And they goddamn, I don't know what the hell going on with this E. coli, how they get E. coli on the blueberries and the strawberries next, and the raspberries gonna be next, and all the berries gonna be next, and then they're gonna be affecting all kind of fruits and vegetables. Everything is gonna be affected by the E. coli, to the salmonella, to the serapis, or whatever you pronounce that shit, to make you doo-doo a lot, or give you the bloody diarrhea. Man, there's a whole lot of problems, bro. And these niggas gonna want you to eat the bugs. And since the so-called real food is being tainted with all kind of pestilence, they gonna want you to eat the bugs. Yeah, that's what it all come down to, getting them bugs. Eating them bugs, crunching, munching. Got a cockroach legs stuck between your teeth, and you gonna be sucking on cockroach titty milk. Shit, to wash it all down. Goodness gracious, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Let me see what else we got. Cockroach titty milk. I haven't said that in a long time. Shit. Amen. Let me just go ahead and end it with this. I'm hungry. Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 37. Yeah, these plagues are worldwide. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compares a womb, which pains. When the child cometh forth, they slack not them over. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So we praying like heaven. Yahweh Shema Shah, have mercy on us, because these plagues hitting everywhere around the world. And wherever you at, you Israelites at, them plagues gonna be there to say hello. Yeah, but they ain't here to say, how you doing? No, they just here to say hello. And for some people say goodbye, because that shit gonna kill all you Israelites. Yeah. We pray like heaven, Lord, have mercy on us. But how you do that? Well, you gotta seek the Lord. And how do you do that? By seeking his prophets. And build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting to Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble. And for you few sisters out there, oh, and I forgot, the men out there that ain't prophesying and teaching, but still keeping their faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, not all the men of Yahweh Shema Shah or Hebrew Israelites gonna be prophets, but that's okay, as long as you stay faithful and patient with Yahweh Shema Shah. That's I don't know if that's plenty enough, but I'll just say, hey man, that's up to the Lord to say that. But hey man, keep your faith and trust in the Lord. And pray the Lord have mercy on you. And for the few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order. Yahweh Shema Shah, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.